I know I said I wasn't gonna be here. I I am here for a minute. Um, and for reasons, of course, for very, very important reasons. There is and has been a lot of fear projection, and it has basically forced me to get up and do a reading. Um, I started working on a little god damn it on a project that I've been keeping secret for about 5 years. I'm finally starting to put it onto the physical, and there's just been an influx of change that has happened, and I am doing a lot better. I am like rested up. I'm not uh caught in that purging swoo anymore. But we are here. Um, and we are good. So hopefully y'all are feeling blessed, highly favored. Hopefully y'all are feeling well too. Um, but yeah, there is, I'll even talk about it. Um, I took a whole day rest. Like I've been sleeping on and off a lot today. Uh, someone, if you've been having dreams of um hotels and people you know in hotels, especially reoccurring dreams of hotels, someone is trying to, because hotels in your dreams is all about transitions. They're transitional places. Someone is trying to literally change where you transition to, and it is a five people that continuously do so. One of the people does not appear to your dreams personally. They appear in your dreams as either one or two individuals that wear masks, and it's because this person is sending people either to you to try and scare you, like physically, or this person is the one who has contacts of, oh, I can hit this person up and they'll go out and they'll do this because they don't give a fuck type shit, the hood rat people. Um, and that needed to be told. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting, and I really do mean interesting tactics that these people are doing um to try and get into your energy. Someone's trying not to scare you so that you don't get alarmed. Like, for some reason in the dream I had, I don't know why they thought it was a good idea. They were hitting me with a stick on the leg to get my attention from afar, because let me back up. Someone that was, when I had my hair braided, the person that braided my hair ended up doing hexes and curses on me. And it's really not that hard to tell when that happens. It's super fucking easy. Like, whenever, I ain't even gonna get into it. Y'all are just so stupid sometimes, and I think it's funny because humans will never learn. Um, anyway, in the dream, for some reason, one bit of my hair was still like tied in. So someone might be trying to like astrally tie you to them. Someone could have also took their hair and braided it in with their hair. Um, I don't even know where they found your hair to begin with. If you haven't been around this person for a while, they have your hair somehow, like actually, because they're tying it in with theirs. Um, and they're using that to keep a crown chakra link to you, so they can astral travel to you. Um, if they're not doing it physically, they are doing it in the astrals. So definitely do your hair cleanses, cleanse your hair a lot. But I pulled out the entire braid of hair, and I seen the bald spot um on me in the dream, and I was like, okay. And then this it was a hag. If you know what a hag is in witch terms, that's what we're talking about, literally a hag. And I don't have. It was so funny because she was hitting me in the back of my leg with a stick from like afar, and I was outside of this hotel, and she was smacking my leg like, come on, pay attention to me." And I turned around. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like I wasn't getting mad, but I was like, "What the fuck's going on? Like, why am I getting hit in the leg?" So I turn around, and this woman is holding up a plushie, like a blue and white, like I guess what is it like Cinnabon? Is that who it's what it's called? It's like one of those Hello Kitty characters. It's like the little bunny one. She was holding that up, and she was like, "Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! It's cute. I'm friendly." And then I looked at it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "This, like I don't have dreams about this. What? Who is this?" And then they poked up, and it was like some old woman, really, really wrinkled. I don't know if this woman was really old or if this was just simply like all like how she looked energetically or how she looks physically due to all the energetic draining that they're going through. And they came over to me, and it's like someone wants to walk up to you so nice and calm and then attack you. And that's exactly what this person did. They walked up to me, and I'm not gonna go into what I did, because it is a sacred bloodline technique that I had basically had to learn in that moment of astral travel. But I spoke many different angel names. I did do a bunch of Archangel Michael protection. I literally even summoned him. But I walked into the hotel after that happened. After I got rid of all that, no one got hurt. This was one of the least violent incidences I've ever had, but everyone was trying to kill me. I literally went back into the hotel, but it was so weird because when I entered the door, I was at the top floor, and I was like, I'm on the second floor. I'm in room 313. I knew that for a fact. Why am I on the third floor? And it was weird because the numbers of the rooms and the floors did not correlate. Literally beside me was 212 and then 918 on the left of me. So I don't the numbers had no correlation to the floors at all. It was just a fucked up place. The third floor had a room that somebody died in, and that door opened on its own. And I'm gonna skip a little bit further ahead and talk about what happened to me a few minutes ago. When I came in here to get, I got the cards. I got the exact decks I got was you're on that camera on this camera. You got the Crow deck, and then I got the Gustave Dore. Right. I come in here. There's a bathroom door like right there. It opens all the way on its own. It was shut all the way. It just opens all the way, and I just know you're not doing this. I'm doing a reading, and I shut the door. I lit some candles. I came on to the reading, right? So that happened. So that's like a real life correlation. And on the bottom it says door opens here. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm walking from the third. I find this. There's two staircases. There's one on the right side, one on the left side. I'm walking down the left side of the hallway because that was the room that had that woman that just died. But I remember in the dream everyone talking about this woman who had just died. Like everyone was like evacuating basically. There was a disabled older woman. She looked like she was in her 70s, sitting on, and she was a hoarder too. I don't know her. I think her name was Lisa or something, but she was sitting on the steps of the third floor, and she watched me because I had to basically jump around these little potholes and like all of her luggage. There's like a beach ball. There's a bunch of just random objects that she had. So I avoided all of those. Um, and I don't even get to the second floor. I go down one step of cases, and I'm on the bottom floor. I'm in the lobby, and there are three people that look like the same person. Like someone is like basically a body hopper. Someone's a shapeshifter, and they keep trying to pop up in your life through other people. Like you could be basically facing Lucifer in like the physical and body, not like a possessed person, but Lucifer himself, because the amount of shape shifting that this individual was doing. I looked at one person, their face immediately became someone that was attacking me. I'm not going to say their name. I don't want to start some bullshit. They initial begin with K. They popped around. All right. So went from one person. I'm like, whatever. I'm not going to look at you. I know what you're trying to do. I'm going to walk away. I walk even further. There's a dude who has like what are those hats called? They're like the pointy hat, and it has like a feather out on the side. He's wearing that, but he's wearing a bright orange shirt. His whole face and body demeanor, like he gains weight and everything, turns into the same person again. And I'm like, whatever. I move on again. There are two people. There's two people. There are two men, but one of the men is like acting like a woman. So if you're on like a dating site, someone might be trying to catfish you, like energetically or physically, however. But this other person had a full skull mask on, and at first it was like their head was just a skull with no flesh on it, and then I walked up and it was a skull shiesty. So someone could be trying to do like a backdooring on you or however, and they pointed at me. Like literally, he pointed at me and he was like, he nodded at me, and they didn't say anything, but I heard the telepathic communication. They said, "That's the one. That's the one we got to go get." I walked past them, and then someone that I'm walking by as I'm about to go up the stairs to get to the first floor turns into him. I get up to the first floor. I walk up those steps. I'm on the second floor now, and I don't even see the first floor at all. All I have seen in this fucking crazy ass hotel is the third floor and the lobby, and then the first floor. I mean the second floor. I don't even know what the first floor looks like. So I walk up the first flight of stairs. I'm on the second floor randomly. My room is no longer a room. It is an office space, and my room, it was still 313, but then there was a door on the right of it that was the exact same. That was 414. And in between those two rooms was a sign that said choice. Some old woman who was literally on a walker. I don't know how the fuck she got up on the second floor, because the elevator that didn't work, quote unquote, did not have a button to the second floor. That's why it didn't work. Um, when I walk, she starts following me, and she's like, "No, don't walk away. You have to talk to me. I know you can hear me. We have to do this." And she's like putting so much pressure on me, and it feels like fear, but it's not fear. I don't know what she was trying to put on me. She was trying to make me scared, like choose quickly, choose the wrong door, choose the wrong door. I walk back into room 313. And as I'm shutting the door, she goes, "Why would you do this to your own mother?" Um, and the room was so weird because there was a bed. There were two beds and they were laying like beside each other, but there was a small crack in between. And I remember telling myself at that moment, like, okay, this is what we have to do. Just shallow breathe and stay focused. And I did. And I ended up phasing in between the floor as she walked in and tried to scour the room for me. And then I woke up. So there are a lot of people trying to do a last ditch effort to make you choose something irrational. And they are losing their damn minds, because it's every time they get close enough to get a hand on you, and lambed is significant. The Hebraic symbol lambed is significant, like heavily. But you keep phasing out. There's something about like ancestral techniques for defense that you're going to be learning, or that you'll see within your dream state, that your guides are going to be asking you to learn how to do in real time. Um, or there's um techniques of protection that your ancestors are going to be granting you more access to that you've already used in the past. However this is, someone is literally Lucifer in your life. And we're not, again, this is not like an allegory. This is literally Lucifer, the person. Hello, Michael brother. Lucifer is after you, for some of you. And that's what's going on. And that's why these people are so relentless on getting to you, because that's who they're in debt to. That's who they're working for. This is that Luciferian cult. The even you can even go and say the Church of Set, the Setnarians. That's what they are called, by the way. The Set. I believe they are called Setnarians, and they operate heavily on Saturn's energy, and they focus on the storm, the hexagonal storm on Saturn as a portal, because they love to go use that portal for astral traveling, and they drag people literally when they astral travel. They'll drag you from your root chakra basically inside out and pull you through that Saturn portal. Um, yeah, basically a big egotistical brat. That's basically it here. Thank you. Oh god, no, but that's what's going on. And they are doing everything that they can. And also, something else I forgot to mention, when I shut the door in real life, when I shut the door and said, no, I'm doing the reading, a car drove by. Like, not like, not like they started up the engine and drove off. It was like their car was just parked there on run and then just drove off. So that's what's going on. Um, but the doors have been open, and this is giving like a new contract for you. You have your new contract is now done, is what I'm hearing from the doors being open to your new life. And someone's trying to pressure you again how they used to in the past of making you afraid to use your gifts or making you afraid of certain words, or if you're doing candle magic, this person keeps projecting that you're going to burn down the house. Or like if you're doing meditations or astral work, they keep scaring you and making like, oh, we're going to tether to you or blah blah blah, you're going to catch something, because they know your doors are open again. These people can't, though, because they have no actual pull on you. They're not part of your contract, so they can't sway you a certain way. Um, but that's what they're trying to do at this time because they have nothing else. They can't do anything else. Mm. But for some reason, so the reason why they're also doing it is they think that because you're on a new contract that God's not watching you. Someone was told that they wouldn't be seen if they did this to you as well, but access was denied because you didn't ignore a call. These people have to like are given the poker face because you did defend yourself. They need you to be like in some form of emotion though. They need your portals to be open because they already know how you've already like started gaining your access back. You already have been doing what you need to do again. But someone needs you in a certain emotion or any emotion at all, to in like an excessive amount of it, so they can go to you, portal to you, and drag you back somewhere. Um, but again, they've been exiled. This is something that they don't know about. Like this is something that they haven't seen yet because they got caught in the act. So they feel like because isn't helping them, that God's also not watching them. That's someone's logic. Someone wants to say that because like yeah, God's not protecting us anymore, so that obviously means he's not watching us. That's not true. That's not true at all. They got caught in the act, and that's why they're being exiled, or that's why something was changed when it came to them moving forward. This whole family is figuring that out because they were lied to, because they keep lying to themselves. They keep lying amongst each other. And again, it's because someone really believes that like they can get something to go in their favor. Like someone is lying to themselves out of desperation, like almost in tears, trying to prove that they're like the chosen one or they have real gifts. And and I'll be real with you, this is like robots versus aliens. This is literally someone using Chat GPT to do spell work on you, and you're an extraterrestrial. You're not from here. So how is information that is fed into a machine by man going to outsmart a divine being? You're still using man. It's just a quicker version of man. That's all. That's what someone needs to get. And also, ChatGPT lies the fuck out of like stop using Chat. I'm not can't even say its name right because I don't fucking like it that much. But ChatGPT is not like any type of AI is not a good source for learning because of what it's fed. Now, depending on what you're looking up, sure, but if you're gonna use it for the arts, no. Do you know how many wrong and incorrect and ignorance is like pushed into those machines daily because it's taught by its user base? And how many people per day literally go on ChatGPT and different like learning AIs and fuck with it just to keep it from learning things, just to keep it stuck in a cynical loop. So that someone doesn't understand that at all. But they keep telling these people that they are chosen. And it could even be this person's God. Or what I mean by that is the deity that they have proclaimed as God is left them. They don't help them anymore. So the power that they did have from abusing this entity, from abusing their relationship with this being that they deemed God, is not even there. Someone wants to prove that their God is stronger than yours, which makes no sense. This is not at all what you need to be doing with your time. And it's even more fucked up because there's a bunch of like so-called, again, because there ain't no such damn thing as a Christian, and y'all do a very good job of proving that. These bitch-ass Christians, and especially these Latter-day Saints and Jehovah Witnesses, y'all are the exact people that Jesus is going to say, I don't fucking know you. You didn't witness anything. Jehovah Witnesses that are doing this shit, what are you witnessing? You're witnessing that you're the devil. You're not even witnessing Jesus. He's literally going to turn you away. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. He doesn't like you. He's going to be the one to drop kick you, like, off the cliff and everything. Like, all of y'all don't understand this shit. These Latter-day Saints, these fucking, like, Mormons and everything, like, y'all don't know, and y'all really don't get it to this day still. And it's baffling because y'all claim to have witnessed his miracles. What miracle did you witness? The fact that you stopped doing drugs because you broke up with your drug addicted ex, that had nothing to do with God. That had to do with your common sense. And that's what God needs you to get through your head. You didn't listen to God, because if you did, you would have been out of that mess a long time ago. What happened was you got abused to the point to where you couldn't handle it. So then you left. That had nothing to do with God. God sat there and was like, what the fuck are you doing? I told you to get up like 17 times, and you just laid there and didn't do anything. So you all don't know what it's like to be seen or held or to witness these miracles of God. But maybe if you took a few minutes to realize that you've been trying to kill someone for how many years, you'd see that protection of God. And then you would sit down and it would click with you. But because you're not even true to who you are, and you're not even true, you just use that label as a protection barrier, you still cannot see the true miracles of God. You're still blinded by that light. You've refused to step anywhere at all. So you've just stayed lame with broken legs. You can't move. So someone needs to get that through their head. These labels are not going to protect you. This is why nothing's working for these people. But they're being lied to. But again, what I was going to say before that whole thing came out, is like, it's like these Christians and these Latter-day Saints and these Jehovah Witnesses and everything, they want to see the devil win. Because when you tell the devil, prove to me your power, he's going to do it. She's going to do it. Because that's what they thrive off of. Is that, yes, look at me, look at the power I have. That's what they thrive off of. When you ask a true devout follower, a true devout knower in God, someone that doesn't follow Jesus, someone that walks with Jesus, to follow the Father's path, we don't flabbergast our gifts all over the place. We don't exclaim all these miracles that we do. The miracles that we do are between us and God and whoever the miracle is for, if we did one for them. We are not meant to go around and extravagant. Like, y'all don't know anything at the end of the day when it comes down to like how God works. And I'm not talking about y'all collectors, directly to those karmics, this family group that keeps wanting to believe these lies. It's pathetic. And it's sad. But they don't want to admit that they've been lied to. They don't want to admit that, like, God is real, because God's never done anything for them despite this label. So on top of them already, waiting to see the devil's miracles, quote unquote, they've literally thrown every one of their morals or what they truly believe out the window. These people have now become possessed, and they don't even realize it yet. And that's why they need this to be done. They don't realize how much pain they're like causing. They're not waking up. So these people are always going to be under the slumber. That's what the divine really wants y'all to know, collective. For y'all, when is it going to end? It's really not. It's going to end when they die, unfortunately. This is why you need to step up with your protection. And of course, it gets lesser and lesser each day. You know, they can't have the same energy and the same levels as they do the day before. But at this time, your new contract is here. And the divine is just kind of asking you, are you ready to like choose that right door despite all this pressure being behind you or this pressure being thrown at you? Are you ready to like choose this new contract? Because that door is open for you. You might not see it just yet. There might be a task that you need to complete or a dream that you need to follow to allow this contract to be seen fully, but it's already there for you. And these people are broken. They are shattered. They are ruined in this moment because they know that indefinitely you will choose that contract. Um, there's not a, it's like a no brainer because they know your devotion to God. So it's like it's not going to be a surprise um when you do choose it, which is why they're also just in this devastation mode. Like it's like their experience with God was abandonment and they want you to feel the same. They want you to go through that same thing, and that's like what the divine is trying to show you in this time of rest or wherever you're at is like the as is like the mirroring of it. And I was talking with my guides earlier, like what is a mirror? And a mirror is really an addition to yourself. Um, it doesn't, an addition is like a splicing of it. Multiplication is what we do as humans, but when we add, we see new things. And it was we were talking about it, and I was like, so yeah, that makes sense because you look in the mirror, and every time you look into it, you'll notice something new about yourself. It's an addition. It doesn't subtract anything from you. It just keeps showing you more of who you already are, but making it more aware. Um, and someone could be really needing to take a moment to kind of reflect on that. I feel like with a lot of these readings, especially, so many people focus on like the mirror magic and stuff, but what they're not really seeing is they're helping you see more of who you are. Like people are kind of refusing to wake up because they don't want to see what they've done to you because you show them what they've done to you by how much you've gained or how much keeps happening. So that's why they're repeating this. They're broken because they won't stop repeating. But they can't set anything up because anytime they do, it's going to be intervened. Divine intervention all the way. People are trying. There's a divine intervention when it comes to a witch hunt ending, though, because people are not coming to terms with attacking you. In the court, so this could be a legal issue. There could be a whole town or a lot of people against you at a court hearing that you're about to go to, but there is going to be divine intervention, and no one can stop that. Divine intervention does not happen on a chord, it happens when it's needed. And there's something about like you either doing some form of astral protection or protection on physical that you haven't seen the benefit of at this time. And that's because it's not ready. It's not needed yet. What you've needed to do is really relax, but the defense that you've put up is a future defense. Um, but that's what they wanted me to come up and talk about for a second. We are gonna go get some extra messages. I am gonna pull out the goddesses and see what they want to say because they are kind of chiming in and they are kind of bebobbing. So who is here with this at this time out of the goddesses? I know someone is because I've been talking to a lot of them. And for some of you that have been wondering about it, Hathor is doing a lot better. The reason why Hathor was so upset, which is kind of funny to even say, um, because Hathor, whenever Set, well, Hathor was Set's sacrifice, basically. Whenever Set laid eyes on Hathor, all of his anger went away. And that's how someone's seeing you as you are whoever this Lucifer figures like you are their like Hathor. And it's that's why they won't quit though. Is they're trying to they don't want this individual to be calm. They want this individual to be destroyed, and the only way they'll be destroyed is if you're destroyed. So that's how all this is tying in. But we have Swaraswati and Isis that want to come out. Truth, virtue, and harmony, illumination, healing, and ecstasy. Again, like there's just this grace that you do give, and it's because you how much truth you live in. And that's that's what's scaring all these people. Is like they want to see, I don't know, like someone knows that even if you beat someone, like let's say something crazy happened and you beat the shit out of someone, you wouldn't be mad. And someone does not get that. They think you're retarded. I'm gonna keep it a buck and real. They think you're like actually retarded. Like there's something mentally wrong with you because you don't get mad. But wouldn't being angry at someone else be a mental disturbance? Wouldn't that be a mental issue on its own? So in reality, it's these people who are the mentally disturbed. It's these people that have um these issues, and they're refusing to see it. That might have offended a few of them, but you're the retarded ones because you're a little bit too slow to see like there's nothing to get mad at. You know, you should be happy that this death spell didn't work because you know how protected Divine is. Listen, they might be calling you straight up the Divine, but you might be. I'm going to keep my mouth shut on that. But they should be happy that these death spells aren't working because they know the Divine would out them immediately. Like, oh, yeah, collective died. Well, then who has their address? Only one person. Well, that one person obviously had to be behind it. So we're going to take them in, look at their phone, and find everything. You know what I mean? When on the bottom, damn, like Shimmy on the bottom inverted. Damn. Yeah, so. Mm-mm-mm. Nectar, prosperity. Uh, what does that say? I can't read upside down. Benevolence. Inverted though. That's why these people are being drained. Um, these people also they are acting out of a hurt mother wound on you though. All these people have had mothers that have been awful to them, or sisters that have been awful to them, or they are themselves a mother who is awful, or someone just has a complex of like they don't do enough. They feel like they don't do enough because people don't recognize them. And that's because you're just an NPC. Like you're not special. You were never special. You are the lost cause. You are like in technicality, if you're gonna use the term black sheep, you are the black sheep. You're not special. You're just an everyday average Joe. You can't do anything. Someone wants to feel special because they like maybe they talked to God once, maybe they heard God's voice once, or they were saved by God once, but they don't have like the divine protection you do. It's because God saved you because you were being a dumbass and you needed to be saved. Like, of course, like we as the innocent children, we're protected by God because of our heart. You know, we're not gullible. We see the good in all things, you know. We want to spread love. And we know that real love on this planet is not a thing, really. So we have to have that protection because we're doing the one thing that's actually going to make a change. Again, this could be someone they run an organization, and it's like they can't make up their mind if they want to be nonprofit, um, or if they want to be like a legalized thing where they get money off of it, or however, because of their religious stature. They don't want to be looked bad upon by other people. It's like, well, I don't know if my business should be nonprofit or not. Well, do you want it to be nonprofit or not? Because you keep changing up your mind and flip flopping it, you're halting your own blessings. And that's why God's not supportive of you, because you don't even know what the fuck you want. So he and she's not gonna waste their time fucking with you because you don't even know what you want yet. So until you figure out what you want, you're on your own. And that's what someone needs to get through their head. That's probably something that God told them, but it's like they want to switch it because of you. It's like, oh, well, I want to look like we're this, or they want to start off as a nonprofit organization so they can pocket donations and pocket things so they can go on vacations and dumb shit. But then God turns around and fucks up their business. That God turns around and fucks up what they're trying to build because of that. And it's like, well, I guess we can't be nonprofit. Let's go the other way. And then they get even more debt doing it that way because God's trying to show you, no, I just need you to be honest with yourself. You're a crook at the heart. You are a crooked person. You want to steal and rob from people. That's all. Just be real with yourself. Stop lying. Come as you are. Don't lie to yourself. And that's the big thing that these people are forgetting. They're not being who they are. They're not coming as they are. They're just being weird. It's really, really fucking weird. 10 of Cups inverted. But these people are all going through this, are all teamed up, going through the same disaster. It's like a group house even. This could be like a literal group house. Sorry, I'm turning on the TV again for extra light. But this could be like a group house or a bunch of people who are like teamed up in an organization and they are losing. Like every side's losing because of this. There's no grace. And it's because they can't walk away. They're not making a decision. They're stuck. But I don't know. Like, I don't know, some of them might run like a homeless shelter, for instance. And it's like they want to be seen as a savior, but they're not. They're seen as who they are, as a ratchet bitch, because they are a ratchet bitch. And they can't come to terms with that. And these are not my words. These are the words that are coming to me. If you don't like God and the divine calling you a ratchet bitch, then quit being a ratchet bitch. It is that simple. If we didn't want to be angels, we just stop being angels. It's not like we're forced to. We choose to. Every day we wake up and choose to be an angel. You choose every day to plot and scheme and figure out how you're going to make this money, or how you're going to ruin someone. That's not our fault. You can't get mad at who you are. You don't even know who you are, but you know a bunch about who Collective is, and you try to become like the Pokemon Ditto and be them. But this is why no plan is working. Two of Pentacles inverted. They know they can't move forward. They know they won't be able to. With the Page of Wands, with their ideas, until they stop sabotaging, they're not going to be able to move forward. Yeah. They're bound to this judgment, though. Two of Cups and Judgment, they're bound to it. They can't escape Hermit because what they have done is out. With the Hermit inverted, people know about what's ever going on. This is like a public thing. People are like seeing that these individuals are so obsessed with you. It's like you haven't been around someone in like a month, or you haven't been around someone within years, right? And they're still talking about you. They're still saying a bunch of old things about you. It's because they're possessed. They don't have any true love. They have hate for this individual. And they keep wrapping people up so that they can oh, I'm not a bad person though. I didn't know because I heard so-and-so talk about them, or I know so-and-so had interactions with them and they come over to me and told me things. But you are either paying people off to talk shit about Collective, or you're bringing up bad memories someone is like purposely being like, oh, did collective ever get you that? And they said, no, not really. It's like, oh, yeah, they're probably being stingy and they're putting bad ideas. You're planting rotten seeds into people's minds. That's your fault again. Everyone knows you're not a bad person. Because someone's waking up to the fact of like, y'all are only talking shit about collective because they stopped giving you money. Or you're only talking shit about collective because they stopped talking to you because you were doing weird things to them. Like, you were never nice to them. It's like, oh, but I let collective sleep on my couch when they were homeless. Okay, and you were also talking shit about them the entire time to everyone around you. Like, all you did was complain. So it's like, why would it? It doesn't make sense for you to be seen in a good light. You're an awful person. Especially like it's like you went to a homeless facility. I'm gonna just keep it a buck and real. I'm gonna say it too. It's like you're at a homeless facility, and then someone starts attacking you with black magic. They get a bunch of people in just to start attacking you and stalking you just because they see that you're an angel. You're not doing anyone a favor. Do you think the serial killer is not going to go to jail just because they locked the person in the basement? I gave them food and water and a dog bowl. They should be happy. Yeah, but you killed them and you tortured them and you had their food and water in a dog bowl. Well, I took care of them. They lived down there for about 3 months before I killed them. Okay, and you killed them and trapped them for 3 months is what you did. I need you to get that through your head. You didn't support anyone in any situation. You created a hell house for a collective. You created a hell relationship for a collective. Friendship, relationship, doesn't matter what it is. You created hell for them. Why do you think you'll get repaid with like glorious coins and jewels and sweet fruits? You planted sour seeds. The Four of Wands and the Ace of Wands, and that's why you disengaged. Someone also knows that you weren't gonna support them. They never had your support. They never had your support. Someone never treated you right from the beginning. Like, and they want to say that you were too hard to take care of. You weren't too hard to take care of. This person is just lazy and they don't deserve what they have. So that's why they're losing it all. And they feel like it's the people that used to be connected to you, and that's why they're getting all this bad karma and bad backlash, because like they're hanging around people that used to hang around, and they think God is still connected to them. But those people have also done things that you told them to do to collective, so they also are not on God's side either. So it's yours. And there's a train horn going off in the background. So again, like, the people need to just wake up. They need to wake up to the fact that like there was no support. Oh, but I followed their channel, or like I drove them to this, I drove them to that. It does not matter what you did. It was your intention. It was the things that you did afterwards. You might have started it off very beautiful, but then you ended it awful. It's like you can't. I gave them ice cream, but I put rat poison in it. You put rat poison in it. Why did you put ice poison? Like, what are you doing? Like, Collective bought me an ice cream, but it was the wrong size. Shut the fuck up. You never asked what size you wanted, and they said what size you want, and you said it doesn't matter. Well, Collective needed to save money, so they get you a small. Oh, well, they got a medium. Well, then you should have said you wanted a medium. Like, that's not, whose fault is that? Collective does not have to, like, and besides the point, that should have been your sign to show you. I don't know if that happened to someone or not. That's kind of funny and petty, but that should have been the sign to you saying, hey, God knows that you're already, doing something and lower handing collective. So you're going to get the short end of the stick on the physical in front of your face because you want to do a bunch of shit in front of collective's back. With the Eight of Swords, because again, there's no nurturing. There's no way out of something. Someone knows that, like, especially if you have the right to sue someone knows that you will. There's no doubt in their mind that you're going to sue them, and it's going to piss them off because it's like, well, I did this for you. Well, yeah, now you're being sued. What does that say that you did? Nothing. That just says that every action you did is null and void, and it's not out of anger. It's just simply, why do you deserve it? God doesn't want you to have it, so that's why you're already going to be in these legal issues. So of course collective can take every last penny. It's not called greed, it's called getting what is just deserved. Something that you think you're trying to do to an angel or just to a nice person because they weren't helpful to you the way they are helping someone else out. But you forgot to see how they did help you. You didn't see that whatever they did got you something new. You just didn't want something new. Well, you did, but you wanted it your way, not God's way. So then you got mad at God giving you something new. Like someone does not see. And that's another, it's like there's so many reasons on top of why these people are not being protected. And it's just they refuse to see what God's actually doing. You're all getting pissed off that God's protecting you. Y'all don't actually want to kill someone. If you do, you're gonna go down the hell. You're dying basically inside once you do that, because everyone's gonna know that you did it. You did it to a nice person that didn't do anything to you at all. So you're gonna have to live with that. On top of that, God's gonna just out you. You're gonna be thrown in jail. It's like there's so many things on top of this. This is why things are moving forward the way they are. Collective, you get to move forward with victory. That's what a high priestess told him: is you get to move forward in victory, and these people are going to lose anything. They're not going to get any more donations. They're under judgment in this new cycle because you already made a new cycle. You jumped, made a leap to a new cycle, and you are fully connected to it in full power. You are in your full strength. You're in your North Node energy because of these sacrifices that you made. Your justice will come for you. Justice is on your side when it comes down to this because of all you've had to sacrifice. Like some of y'all chose to be homeless. I know what that's like. I had to myself. If I didn't choose to go homeless, I would probably be dead by now. You know, you chose wherever you were at, you chose it. And it's not because you're stupid and you made a wrong decision. You chose it because of safety. You chose it because that was the only logical thing that you could have done. And people want to judge you for it. It's like, well, I would have never done that. I would have had someone. Yeah, well, we don't have anyone because everyone that we meet ends up just like you. And now you get to see why we don't have people around us. It's not because your no friend spells are working. It's because we don't have trust issues. We just know what's going on. Some of us might have trust issues, but we know what's going on. We're intuitive. So if you're going to try and throw some weird shit behind our back, we're going to have a vision of it. We're going to have dreams of it. We're going to be told about it. And we're just going to stop messing with you because it's like, we don't deserve it. We don't need this. And we've gone through it so much to where it's not even a no-brainer. Like, is it worth staying with them? We had too many of those cycles. Is it worth staying? Is it worth not? No, we're not staying. It's not worth anything. And that's what these people don't get. You, no matter what they can, like, you are not trapped. They can't strategize to trap you. They can't have any sort of like mind game that they can play to make you choose a wrong choice. And they're pissed off because you're always going to be okay. That was a vow that someone didn't know that you made, or a vow that they didn't know you had with God. You could have promised, you could have looked yourself in the mirror and said, no matter what happens, we're going to make it through it. We're going to be okay. You could have talked to God and said, no matter what happens, I'm going to follow you and I know I'm going to be okay. It's like, no matter how much distress you get in, God's with you. God is always coming out your mouth. It don't matter. That's why you're always going to be okay. And someone's mad about that. Someone's mad about the vows you have with God. God said, no, I'm not going to let you get hurt. You're going to go through events, but you're going to be safe. Those weapons, no one said that the gun was not going to fire. All that was said is that nothing was going to come of it. So yeah, you might have got shot a few times, but you are up and you living. You still walking. You are breathing. You're fine. Yeah, that death spell might have given you like chronic illness, but you found a way to solve it. And you're okay now. And because of that, God gave you that gift saying, here, now this is what I want you to do in the world. And I know I talk about it a lot, but that's what I did with me. I was locked in a basement for 30 days. I had no food or no water. And I told God, I was watching tarot readings for the first time of my life. I knew what tarot was. I just never watched it. It wasn't really something I needed to do. But my ancestors were like, we need to show you the truth. My angels were like, we need you to see this. Gabrielle specifically But I remember sitting there, I was like, God, if I take these final 2 weeks that I have in this house to like buckle down and learn how to read tarot, I will do it in your name. Like, if you keep me alive and safe, I will just read tarot. And that's why I do what I do. Exactly. In Shahala, if God wills, if Allah wills, excuse me, if Allah wills, so mote it be. Literally, and that's exactly that's why I do what I do. Because God saved my life, and I made a promise to him that I would do this one thing for him, for her, for him. And that's what you did. You made a promise to God. If I survive this, I promise I'll give this, I'll do this. And it wasn't, it might have been out of desperation, but it was out of confidence. You had nothing else. No human was able to help you. No animal, no nothing. It was just you and God. And you were like, you know what? What do I actually have to lose? You have yourself to lose, and you didn't want to lose yourself. And God stepped in. And that's all. And that's what these people need to understand. That's why nothing's going to work. It's not a facade. It's not something that you say just because you got it. God didn't give you that business to go around and run it the way you want to. God has a plan for how you run it. People might not like how you run it because God's telling you to do it those ways. But that's take it up with God. That's what I always tell people. You got a problem with what I'm doing here? Take it up with them. I don't give a fuck. Take it up with mother and father. Let them hear what you got to say about what they've given. Run your mouth to them just like you run your mouth to us. Just watch what happens. That's why I don't give a fuck. Y'all can say whatever you read weird. I don't give a fuck how I read. God says I read like this. If you got a problem with it, talk to them. That's what I always tell people. Because it ain't my problem. It's not my fault. Sorry, you haven't done enough shadow work to get out your ego to realize that it doesn't have to be done your way. Sorry. But that's why you have luck in all your endeavors. Someone knows that. Because of your alliance and internal love with the Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother. So this mask wearing, trying to hide that they robbing from you is over. Because of your eternal promise, you can relax, collective. Because the promise that you made with God, you can relax. You just need to remember where you came from. What started it all with your divine protection? Some of you want to say, oh, it's always been this way since I was born. Remember what you did before you were born. And if you can't, talk to God about it. Y'all always get so confused. I don't know what to do. Talk to God. The one that brought you through this channel. The one that's speaking to you through this channel. The same entity, the same spirit, same energy, the same force that you cried out to when you didn't know what to do is the same person you're going to have to ask. Unfortunately, that's what you got to do. I say unfortunately as a joke, but literally, that's all you have to do. And that's what people don't like, because other people, I need $10. Can I borrow it from you, then pay you back later? Why don't you just ask God, hey, God, I need some financial help. What can I do at this time to receive some financial help? And God say, go outside and put your thumb, go outside to go make mud and stick your left thumb in it for 10 minutes. I ain't gonna do that. Okay, then don't get your money. I'm just trying to show you that if you listen to me, I help you out. And it might be dumb like that. I've talked to plenty of people that God has given them like the weirdest solutions. It's like, why you told me to do this? And they say, don't worry why I told you to do it. You know who you're talking to. And you say you trust me. So just listen to me and do it. And then you do it and it works. It's like, okay, well, never mind then. I'm going to keep my mouth shut, because obviously God know more than what than you. You just got to deal with it and live with it, you know? But anyway, you have your alliance. Who are you alliance with? Someone knows it's not a joke no more. Your alliance with God. I ain't ever see Collective go to church. Again, church has nothing to do with God. Church has nothing to do with God. It actually has to do more devil worship and idol worship than anything with God. Because you're not supposed to have those statues up of Jesus hanging on the cross and stuff. You know what? That's a murder scene you're looking at. Why are you all hanging up a murder scene in a building? Y'all never thought of it like that because y'all are so blind by this fucking wool they put over your eyes That's a man bleeding, hanging. That's a murder scene. Wake up. Y'all are worshiping. You see how bright it just got up in here? Wake up. Y'all worshiping a murder scene. You fucking idiots. Hello. And it's like y'all don't realize it. You're idol worshiping. You got all these statues and likenesses of God that it literally says not to do. And then you go there, and then the preacher starts talking about devil and all these things that are wrong in the world. They don't talk about, what God is doing. It just says, oh, here's I don't like gay people. I don't like this. I don't like who gives a fuck what you don't like. What does it say in the Bible? I want to read Romans chapter 12. I want to go talk about Revelation. Isn't that what your preachers are supposed to do? Is talk about the comings of the time? We're in Revelations. Why is no one talking about Revelations? You walk up to a preacher, they tell you to stay away from Revelations. Oh, that's too advanced for you to know. No, it's not. You're just retarded and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because if you did know what you're talking about, you would have known it says to talk about Revelations in the time it's happening so you can be aware of the signs and know what to follow. But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to just go to church, act like everything's fine, suck and fuck on the preacher, and then go out and party all week. Y'all can live that life, but that is the devil's life, and that ain't got nothing to do with God. And that's why God ignores every begging call that you make. He might answer it a few times here and there because he do love you. He don't hate you for real. He love you. It pissed him off that their child is still ignoring them, but they know that it's just what you want to do, and it's fine. Just as your parents did with you. Oh, I told them not to go outside after 9 o'clock, and there they are outside after 9 o'clock. They love you still, but they just mad and irritated. Why aren't you listening to me? I'm trying to keep you safe. That's all. Y'all don't realize that, though. Y'all don't see that. Y'all are not godly people. You're devilish people. And you don't see that, and it bothers you more than it bothers anyone else. Because obviously Collective didn't give a fuck about what you're doing. Collective sat there. Collective probably fucking helped you. Collective said, well, yeah, if y'all want to drink and have fun, I'll buy alcohol, but I'm going to make sure y'all stay safe and don't do nothing stupid. You can do that. That's fine. The God's like, all right, well, make sure they stay safe. Watch over them. And you do. And no one got hurt. You know what I mean? That's what God does. He's not going to refuse you to do what you want. He wants you to do what you want. Just be safe with it. And that's what the big issue with these people. They don't get this. So that's why they're not getting any justice, because they don't have any story. They have no backing. They have no origin, dude. No creativity. They have not created anything with God. There's no stability with them. Their house is not even on sand, dude. They don't even have a house to fucking build. They're just sitting, I don't even know where the hell they're at, dude. They're on like lava rocks that have just been lit. They're just walking on it like, oh, ow, my feet burn. These rituals, no one can stop bribing these people for rituals. No one's taking money to do rituals on you anymore because they realize that, like, wow, like, we've really been, like, enabling people to not be hesitating to bind you to loss so that you can't go out and live your life out of ego. That's all they teamed up with. This family unit, that's what they're doing. That's what everyone's figuring out. Like, they just don't want you spreading your love around. They don't want you spreading hope, and you're too beautiful to go outside. You're too angelic to travel the world and stuff. That's what they keep saying. Like, you're supposed to be holy, right? So stay in your house and stay in prayers. No, God never said to do that. There are times for that. That is not how you're supposed to be 24/7. If God has called you to do that, hats off to you, because that's a very important role that not many people play, and I respect you more than all, because that, again, is something pure. That is more pure than you would ever truly know, because you are fully separated from the devil and his workings at that point. So congratulations to you, truly, from the bottom of my heart. I know it sounds sarcastic, but I'm just in a blunt mood. But truly, like, that's rare to see. And someone might see you in that light. Someone might know that, like, when things do get real rough on you, that's what you do. Prayer room. You cut away from everyone. You start praying for real. And it's like, oh, here they go. They God stuff. And then they see how beautiful and fine you are. And that's why people got to stop doing these rituals, because it's like, what are they? They have to get down to a point of seeing what are they really doing. And what they're doing is keeping you away from God. And these are church people. Yeah. Who are getting help, using their imagination to keep friends away from you so that you can win, so they'll win in making you being homeless, so they can cause you conflict to how you love yourself. People are done protesting against you because of this curse, and that's bad news. People want to apologize to you because they are struggling. They can't persevere through what they threw at you. Their goal, they made their goals though. Y'all did it. Do you not see what God did for you? You did all that magic. You did all that work. You did attack Collective. You know, you did things that Collective doesn't know about. So you did hide some stuff. You did those things. Congratulations. Who's going to suffer from it though? Not us, because we've already learned those lessons. That's you. And that's what makes you not a professional, because you don't understand the ropes of it all. But they're living and learning now because they're trapped. And they don't have any evidence of you being mentally ill or alone, because they can't bully you into being scared. They're just stubborn because they keep making hate tweets or hate posts about you online, about how you're a fake reader or about how you're an asshole, or trying to get you kicked out of a house because of your readings. Just because you have sweet dreams, because you know you're gifted. You're okay because you know you're gifted. You're not bound to anything. You're not bound. Damn. You're not bound to to a false promise of being able to persevere. You never took the devil's gamble. You never indulged. You've never overindulged. In puppeteering people, that's not what you do. It could literally just be like, oh, God doesn't want you to do tarot. How do you know? Did you call God up yourself and ask, hey, God doesn't want you doing this. Do you want your child watching tarot readings? Do you want your child doing tarot? Have you called him and asked? Oh, I forgot. He doesn't even answer the damn phone when you call. I bet you don't even call your mom and dad. That's a different story for different people. But if these people are so godly, why aren't they picking up the phone and calling their mom and dad and asking, checking up on them, instead of, oh, my dad's calling me, hold on, and rolling the eyes, then hey, like, come on, get real. But, y'all are holier than thou, so what do I know? Apparently I'm just an asshole, but, whatever, we all have one. But it is a bad idea. These bad thoughts, someone wants you to be in your head in this new beginning, because they know whatever is going to be given to you is going to be given to you by God. It's not going to be given to you by man. It's straight up going to be God. And they don't like that, because it's like, they don't like that you're not codependent. They don't know how to move in life, but they see you moving forward eloquently. They're in this Eight of Swords inverted, and you're in the Knight of Cups. Despite you wearing heavy armor, you're wearing everything, and you're still moving forward with open heart. Someone might have broke your heart 1,000,000 times, over and over, stabbing that voodoo doll, throwing fucking chicken hearts in the river and shit in your name, trying to drown you out. Everything. And you still like, I want to give someone love. Whether that love is to myself, or that love is in the form of support, or to my friends, I'm still going to give that love out. And they don't get it. God, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to let that one stay between God and whoever said that, because that's crazy. And you should feel bad for even trying to say that about us, because it doesn't even matter if we are or not. I'm not even going to say it, because it's not even worth my time. But no matter what, you're still moving forward in full effort and love. You're not moving forward. You never moved away from people out of angst or to show them that you could do better. You're not in competition with someone's business because you can do it better or however. You're literally just loving life. You love life. Actually, some of y'all have died before, and that taught you to love life even more, because it's like, holy shit. That shit's terrifying. I've died plenty of times. I've watched my face be beat in by a man when I was homeless, and I'm still alive. I have no injury or scar. But I full on timeline jumped. I literally watched and felt it happen. My whole Time went into slow motion when that shit happened, and I'm still here and fine. When I came to, a woman was trying to pickpocket me because she thought I was dead. So I know what that shit's like. It's not funny. It's terrifying to witness. But I'm here. And it made me love life even more because that shit could happen like that. This shit's terrifying for real. And I know there's a few people that have experienced stuff like that before. It's like, it's wild to even witness things of that nature. But I'm still here, and God loved me enough to let me tell those stories. And it's a burden that I got to carry in my flesh, but at the end of the day, it made me love life more. Like he said, you still doing tarot. So that weapon prospered all right. That weapon hit me for damn sure. They beat me over the head with the fucking, like, my own suitcase that I had at the time. And that shit was full of tarot cards. Y'all remember that when I was outside the library doing tarot readings outside when I was homeless? I know some of y'all do. That's when that event happened. That's why I'm still here. I was doing tarot readings outside still. Outside the damn library, using the internet at like 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the afternoon when the internet, before it shut off, to upload readings. Because the homeless shelter across the library denied me. For some odd reason, they denied me, but let other people go there instead. During the wintertime, too. And then from there, that's how I got to the hotel. That's why God gave me that hotel for so long. You lived out there for long enough. And you kept doing those readings. I've gone through hell and back to keep this position. That's how bad people want me gone from it. And that's what someone needs to realize within my story, because I'm not going to act like some of these readings don't have my energy up in it too. That's why I got what I got, because I refuse to give up even after everything. And that's why y'all got what you all got. And if you are going through that struggle, honey, keep doing what you need to do. Do not let fear stop you. If you made a promise with God that He's going to keep you safe and that you're going to make it through, stay to it. It is okay to take days off. It is okay to take days and just wallow. But I need you to get up at some point, and I need you to get back on that shit, because God is not giving up on you. So don't give up on them. All right. That's truly like the message from the bottom of my heart. That is from true life experience. I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't keep doing what I was supposed to do. It will get better. I know y'all get tired of hearing all this justice is coming in. When is it going to come in? I can't tell you that. That's between you and God. But when it comes, it will come. And it will be in waves. It will not just be a tiny little inkling. It will be in waves. And you will know for sure. Okay? Because you're not going to sacrifice what you've been doing. That's what people know. At the end of the day, you're not going to give up. You have too much proof. It does not matter if you're agnostic or atheist, that you don't believe in God because God hasn't done blah, blah, blah. You have the experience of what God will do for you and what God has done for you and what God has done for others. And that's why you're not giving up, because you can't give up. You're not going to give up. Not because you're forced to. God puts hands up. You know what I mean? If you have to, like I said, if you need to take that day off and break, God's not going to be like, oh, you didn't do it, whip, whip, whip. You got to go back to work, whip. I'm whipping you. No, you're not a slave. Okay? You're not going to get beat down by God if you take a break. You're going to have more grace on you. You're actually going to be able to rest when you take that break, because God sees how much you work. It ain't about what other people see. It's about what you see within God and what God sees within you. So don't self-sabotage. Someone knows that's why they can't get you to self-sabotage either, no matter what. Even if they do end up scaring you on the physical, is that going to prevent you from doing what you need to do? No. You might be a little timid, for sure, but that's not going to stop you. The Ten of Swords inverted, the Two of Swords upright, the Knight of Pentacles. Someone could be a Libra, a Gemini. Someone could be a Capricorn, a Virgo. Someone could be a Taurus. Someone could be, I said Scorpio already. Or someone could be a Gemini. Someone could also be an Aries. Aries is coming through, but I haven't got a single card with Aries. I lied. There's a Six of Wands. Well, that is Leo instead of Aries. So someone could be a Leo or an Aries as well. Or a Cancer. I think I said Cancer too, but those are the signs that they could be. But they know none of this spell work going to work on you. Your son, their son, take it as resonates. Sun resonant Venus. They know it's not going to work, no matter what they do. And it's not because you're doing it out of spite. It's not because you're like, oh, I'm gonna show you. I'm going to get all this big bag, and then I'm going to come around and smack you in the face. No, you're doing it because God. You can't forget the love that God gives you once He shows you it once, and that's all you need. And it's like God gives you that love when you do things in His name, or when you do what He's asked you to do, and even when So of course you're going to stay on that path. Like, it doesn't matter. It don't matter if you're outside Collective's window peeking in and listening to their conversations and shit, or trying to break in their house, to take them out, because God gonna protect them. God gonna make sure. It don't matter. Yeah, God gonna give you the combination to they lock to their house, but is it gonna work when you put it in? No. Because that weapon was formed, it ain't gonna prosper or shit. Yeah, you know everything. Oh, you know they bank account information, but that fraud work you're doing is not working. You got Collective's DNA. You put that DNA in a crime scene, but that crime, but that crime is still put on you and someone else, not on Collective yet. That's God for you. You get so mad. You got that gun in your hand and you about to bust down Collective's door and just gun them down, but you just can't for some reason. That's God. You don't want to do that. Fix yourself. It ain't got nothing to do with Collective. It's at the end of the day, it's all about you and God. But you are coming out of the cold. You are leaving because there's no illusion. There's no more illusions about this devil, about this Lucifer energy. Whoever this Lucifer energy is. Someone could be a Luciferian trying to act like a Christian right now. They got accepted into a religious cult, so they got to act pristine and Christian. So they walk into church knowing damn well they worship the devil. And they sit there and the thing is, y'all act like devil's gonna burn when they walk in the church. No, they won't. The enemy knows God more than anyone. The devil know God more than we know God half the time. So they sitting there like, oh, don't you mean to say this, and this? But the devil does it out of arrogance. They want to correct you so that they can seem like they're the big bad. I'm this, I'm that. That's why they come at you with that plausible deniability bullshit. Like, don't you mean this? Instead of saying, no, it's not that, it's this. Because demons can't handle that truth. They say that truth is going to come out as fire and flames. We speak that truth, it's going to just come out as a sword of light. It's going to cut any sort of bullshit that flings our way. Y'all still want to be on their side so you can be part of that big power. You don't have that power in you to stand on your own and do that shit. That's the difference between us. Someone thinks that maybe like you're egotistical. Maybe you do correct people a lot on godly things. That's not called egotistic. That's not ego. That's just you doing what you need to do. It's called having a debate. And if you know your information, why would you say maybe? Why would you come at it light if you know your information? You got to build that boundary. The debate is about building up a fortress with words, with information, with truth, or however. And it's about who can knock the most holes in whatever statement. That's the whole game of a debate. It's not screaming at each other back and forth until someone gets heated and says something wrong. Oh, look, you said that wrong. Blah, blah, blah. No, that's not a debate. That's called an argument, and you're a child, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about in the first place. So you just want to make someone mad. That's the difference. And maybe you do debate. Maybe someone don't like you because when you talk to people about religion, it becomes a debate because they say something that doesn't make sense. It has no sound right reasoning within what you know. And it's like, well, that's not true. It's actually this. I remember when I had my Ankh earring, unfortunately, it fell out because someone hexed the shit out of it. And I don't, I'll get rid of it. I'm not attached to the physical stuff. It's whatever. I got rid of it. Oh, well. It was cool. I had it for sure. I love the thing, but it's cool. I remember someone said that the Ankh was Jesus. They tried to say that, I believe in the real God, not the fake one, and pointed at my Ankh. I said, that has nothing to, what are you talking about, God? That's a symbol of life and fertility. I don't see no Jesus. Actually, the Ankh is a pregnant woman squatting. as well. But these people don't understand these things, and you look at them like they're stupid, and they get mad at you. I'm come on, and it's always these Catholic people too, dude. I don't know, it's like the Catholic dominions, bro. They're crazy for real. They always want to say something's fake, and it's like, are you sure? And then they get mad at you for trying to do it. So again, it's like, you just know. And that's just the issue. You know things and they don't. Page of Swords, and they're too scared or too in their ego to learn. But everything's starting to make sense now with these people. Because especially those that were in the battle of whose God is stronger, it's not a nightmare. You can wake up, honey. With the Nine of Swords upright, that'd be a nightmare. It's inverted. This is no nightmare. This is the truth. This is wake up. You awake, but you not awake. You scared still. Wake up. Come on. Water. Come on. Pinch yourself. Can you feel yourself? Pinch, pinch, pinch. If it hurt, you awake. Remember that. If you don't feel it, ow, that actually does. Damn. Why I pinch myself so hard? What the hell? What the fuck? Ow. Don't pinch yourself. It hurts. I lied to you all. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. I'm so silly. Fuck. Damn. Ow. I actually hurt myself bad. Oh my God, Zahara. Chill out. Don't ever do that again. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm awake. I think I'm too awake. I need to go back to sleep a little bit. Shit. I hurt a little bit more than I wanted to. The truth do hurt, though. I guess I'm speaking enough truth to hurt myself. Shit. Anyway. We got the Emperor and the Ace of Pentacles inverted. But it's not a dream. Your establishment is falling down because you went up against God. You started teaming up and giving money to God. You know what I mean? Child. Three of Wands. And there's nothing. They ain't nothing. They looking for a sign. They're looking for something to come in to give them like good grace, and they ain't getting nothing. There's no rules. There's no connectivity. There's no marriage with God. There's no higher power with these people. These are literally the people. And I said it earlier too. Literally running up. Oh my God, Jesus is here. I don't know you. What are you doing? Who? Me? Me? No, I don't know you. No, I really don't know you for real. It's like God, that's how you being treated. It's like, and people in real life could be treated. Oh, I don't know them for real. Like, no, we were hanging out like last week. Yeah, last week we were hanging out, but not today, not this week. I don't know you. It's like, well, why not? Because you're an asshole for real. You're just someone that you're a religious hater. You're a spiritual hater. You're fake. You're phony. Just because we were in meditation contemplating how we were going to move forward, putting down and doing our work. That's all we were doing. And people want to call us lame and stupid and, I don't know. Someone's mad at you because you didn't go to church with them. That's another thing that keeps popping up. That's why church keeps popping up so much. Someone is mad that you didn't go to church with them because they told everyone at their church that you were Earth Angel. And you just didn't show up. So they made this person look like a big old liar. And they have just been plotting on how to make it look like you're not an angel no more because you didn't want to go to church. When did an angel ever go to church? Now, listen, that might be a memory issue on my hand, so I will put my hands up fully. Does it say anywhere in the Quran or the Bible or the Torah about angels going to church? Please, if there is, I need you to tell me. But if there isn't, I need you to tell me as well. I don't know. I do not remember. Okay? But I'm going to sit that hill there and let some people walk up on it and see what's going to happen. I'm going to put the hill there, but I'm not going to walk on it. But anyway, that's why you're get these good wishes with the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. That's why you can rest easy. Because you're not falling for a trap. You're not helping the devil. Why would that help? Like, you are supposed to flaunt around that. Dude, it's like, did Mary go around and tell, oh my God, Gabriel fucked me. Gabriel gave me Jesus. Did not. Listen. Mary did not run around everyone. I'm pregnant because an angel. First, some of it, like, yes, Gabriel is the father of Jesus. Okay, y'all, we can be mature about it. when he put the word in, that was an orgasm. They were fucking. I had to. Okay. Anyway, it's a story for another time because I'm laughing too much to tell it right now. But like, y'all not supposed to run around them and flabbergast about having an angel around you. Okay. It's like, well, Collective keeps going around telling people that they are. That's on them. That's what they want to do. They can do it because that's their job, is to, hey, I'm here. Some of y'all don't realize that the signs are there. So we do have to say, hey, I'm here, by the way, at some point. And then besides that point, y'all in your mind are already thinking about it in the first place. So it's not a crime for us to say it if you're already thinking it. But that's besides the point. The whole point of this reading, though, Collective, was to get y'all back in touch with God, whether that was just a feeling, a vibration, or just a remembrance, and to just remind these people that, like, it is a God thing. And y'all have ended up playing the game of Baal and Moloch, and that's not our problem. We aren't in that game. You know, y'all did your sacrifices to Baal and the golden calf rituals. We stayed in prayer in our tabernacles and asked God, just protect us, protect them, for they know not what they do, and all these things. And the Seven of Wands and the Page of Cups. What is going on? Like, y'all need to quit with that weird fear projection. Like, y'all are crazy for real. Because there's like literally someone, like, they're either outside the window or they're trying to, like, they're projecting through the screens or however, and they're just talking, and someone literally said, why, what do you mean when I said stop the fear projection stuff? Like, you know what you're doing, silly, and God sees you. You're not slick. And there's probably people who are watching the live stream seeing these little spirits and shadows be bob around me and shit that I already see. And they're like, what the fuck going on here? Look at the party up in this joint for real every damn day. It's live for everyone to see it. But with the Seven of Wands and Page of Cups, just keep moving. Things are moving in your favor. It might not happen immediately. It might take a little bit longer than you want, but it's always in perfect timing for God. And that's how I want to end this reading. Because Collective, y'all are not going to have any issues with what you want to manifest. You are strong enough. And the judgment is on your half, y'all, is that you're going to move on to this new cycle. And you're good. That's y'all's judgment. Everyone gets to put under judgment. So if someone's been trying to do judgment spells on you and karma spells on you, yeah, your Collective's judgment is that we have a new life to get away from you all. Because y'all are not showing God or anyone that you deserve to be near them. At all. So that's our judgment, if you want to know. But I'm going to leave that there. I love you all so much, y'all. Like I said, I'm better now. I just had to do a lot of purging, dude. A lot of purging. Because it hit me last night, man. It hit me like a train of bricks. And it felt like this Cancer fucking strawberry moon, Mercury retrograde, the strawberry moon and Cancer season just smacked me upside the damn head. I was like, shit. Like, golly. Listen over, you're dying. But we're good now, obviously. But I love you all so much. Thank you for everything. The likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, whether energetic or financial. I truly appreciate, love them all. If you're interested in any services, they're on my website, or you can email me and ask, and I'll tell you about them there. Regardless, though, everything would be in the description that you would need. I love you all tenfold and forever. Peace in the Lamb. It is truly wonderful. And I will see you later.